I say this, I really think tomorrow, whomever going to go to the protest, and maybe I go myself to just watch and witness and maybe broadcast as well. I'm just going to be there to see. As a part of the Muslim community, I want to know what's going on with the Muslim community. So being there, that doesn't mean I approve it. Not being there, that doesn't mean I disagree with everything that the people are saying. But what I'm trying to say, be careful tomorrow. All the eyes on this group of people. كل العيون على هالspot tomorrow. في ناس عم تستنانا على غلطة. And I think Mahmoud Mora can agree to that. There is a lot of eyes on you guys for any stupid mistakes, for any rational slogan that can come out. I'm just going to say, name only one thing. I'm just going to name one thing. رح بسمي واحدة. Mahmoud, he knows it. I know Mahmoud wasn't here. When we had a protest, كنا عم نسوي protest بالdowntown مشان فلسطين last year or 2 years ago. We were doing a protest for Palestine. يعني everybody really want to help Palestinian, and we were just supporting Palestinian cause. Al-Aqsa. And then one of the protesters, a young cop, out of the blue, he grabbed the microphone and started to say the slogan, Khaybar, Khaybar, Ya Yahud, blah, blah, blah. رح يكمل. Okay? And we know this هذا الهتاف خيبر خيبر يا يهود, it was used, يعني كان يستعمل كثيرا بالدعاية ضد المسلمين او بالاحرى ضد الرايت وينج, يعني بالاسلاموفوبيك كان يستعمل انه شوفوا هذول المسلمين كيف لحد الان عم بيقولوا ديروا بالكم يا يهود, خيبر يا خيبر خيبر يا يهود. anyway, ليش ذكرت هذا الشاب الولد سمعانا من التلفزيون بجوز كان ببلد عم بيسمعها, جاي لهون عم بيحكي وما انا عارفان, يعني هو عم بيهتف ما انا عارفان, والمنظمين اللي موجودين على الحفل they don't even understand this عربي, فهذا عم بيهتف على كيفه والمنظمين ما عارفان شو معناتها, عرفتي كيف؟ ومثل بيقول يعني كل الامور كلها ماشيه, و all what it takes, كل موضوع يتاخذ بكره يعني عفوا مؤاخذه هتاف معارض, يعني هل بتقول انه نحن ماشيين بخطر. We are really walking on a very dangerous path. You have a right to protest, but you have to understand exactly where you're at and what's your limit when it comes to your freedom and other people's freedom. Okay, Mahmoud Murra, you're going to be with me here. Are you ready, guys? Okay, so before Mahmoud Murra, because I don't feel like I want to force my opinion on you, but really I want Mahmoud Murra to join me now. But I don't feel, Mahmoud, I don't feel like I said what I want to say, but I have to respect you being on the live here. So I'm going to just invite you in. Wish us luck, good luck. جيبوا لنا محارم مشان تمسيح الدم.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Sam, as usual, on the other side. I was here, just, Anta, you meant me was a partially Muslim and part-time Muslim. Just to correct you in one thing. And as a Muslim, yes, we're allowed to judge. We're allowed to say part-time and more than that. في بسورة المائدة أكثر من آية للي بيحب يعرفها. ومن لم يحكم بما أنزل الله فأولئك الفاسقون. بمطرح تاني أولئك الكافرون. وبمطرح تاني الظالمون. So
that means we all فاسقون. And
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say. No, أنا خليني أشرح لك.
No, hold on. I want you to speak in English because a lot of people follow you in English, and you cause a lot of trouble for this community yourself, Mahmoud.
No, because you were saying in Arabic, brother. You were saying.
No, I want to say Arabic and English. So go ahead.
Okay. So yes, according the rules of Islam, it's not something I could apply or you could apply. So we don't eat pork. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us not to eat pork. You don't drink alcohol because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told me not to drink alcohol. Not because Samura told me, Sam Namura told me not to do it. So, but if I drink alcohol, or if I do drugs, you call me addict. You call me alcoholic. This is based on a normal human being.
That's fine.
Simple thing. If you're a Muslim and you do something against Islam, you don't tell me that's my opinion. So simple as it is. If you're a doctor, you go to the pharmacist, you could give a prescription, you get a paper, you could write on it with your name, you get the drugs. If I go to the pharmacist and I tell him I'm a doctor, and if I sign 1,000 papers, I'm not a doctor, I don't follow the rules, so regardless, I'm not a Muslim or I'm not a doctor. This is on the other side. Do I insist on saying part-time Muslim? Yes, there is a lot of them, and maybe I'm one of them too. So we have a lot of part-time Muslim. We pick and choose when we want to be Muslim, and we pick and choose when we don't want to be Muslim.
Let's talk about tomorrow.
Sorry? Okay, this is about one point. In regard of the right-wing people, I'll be honest with you, as a Muslims, and again, our job to build the bridges, not to build walls. So we should build the bridges of communication. That fear tactic was anyone,
Okay.
Sam. Was the conservative, was the liberal, was NDP. We're not here to build walls. We cannot isolate ourselves from reality. Tomorrow, we started this thing because more than 7 Muslim kids here in Calgary, and you must know about some of the Syrian kids who will humiliated in class when the teacher makes them stand beside the wall in front of the door when all his kids friends sat down except that kid because he come to the Pride Day to the school. This happened here. A lot of people trying to cover it up. In Edmonton, Mansour kid, the video was out. The kid was smart to record that video. We all heard it. That was the embarrassment of the kids. Alhamdulillah, the Muslim community in Edmonton, they didn't do nothing. A lot of the Muslim humanitarian here in Calgary who act and fight for a human right were so silent about it. As this is acceptable for 9 years old to face such a challenge, I don't think if you have a son or a daughter, you would allow it happening to your kid. If he decide not to come to the class peacefully, he didn't say anything, he didn't make any statement. A lot of the kids, when we in Ottawa, they sent this letter not to send the kids on June 1st.
Yeah, okay.
So, alhamdulillah, a lot of the kids come.
Mahmoud, no, hold on. But the school, let's also say the school literally issued a statement saying what the teacher did was wrong, and there's going to be a review of her performance.
Did you read?
But anyway, hold on.
Did you read the letter?
Did
you
school?
Read I have the letter. Did you read the letter?
No, I didn't read. I didn't read your letter, but no, actually, you know what? I read the letter. I read the letter. Okay, and it says this is doesn't represent the views of the schools, right? So the schools, the principals already reply, and the teachers now, it's not like she's not being dismissed, but she's also being reviewed. So what I'm trying to say, one teacher did this, that doesn't mean the school is doing this to all kids.
In Griffin School is happening today here in Calgary, and happened in another school in Edmonton. This is because one video we caught and reach out publicly, went to trend in the social media. Maybe the teacher was reviewed and stuff. I'll be honest with you, if you want to tell me, I send my kids to school to say he's a girl in a boy body or a boy in a girl body, this doesn't make sense. If you send your kid to school about the GSA in 2016, when the NDP made it mandatory for people who goes to GSA on the teacher, a janitor in school could know the sexual identity of your kids, and you're not allowed to know. Okay, yes, the conservative implemented the thing, but
I want to hear it again.
Yeah, sorry.
Who introduced this GSA to the school?
Conservative did, and they did it as a GSA club. If kids want to join, they could join, because the conservative are a freedom of a choice. You can be whoever you want to be, but they don't fight you. They don't push you. You want to be gay, by all means you could be. You want to be lesbian, by all means you could be. You want to be straight, by all means. But they still gave the right to the parent, because conservatives are pro-life. They're not pro-abortion. They want, if the parent have kids, they could have kids. They're against abortion, that's a different topic. So for those people who doesn't have kids in the first place or against abortion, they have no right to come implement ideas into my kid's mind. They have no right to come.
Of course not. Nobody has the right. We're not. But what you're trying to say, this is not about your kids. It's not about the kids already. This is about the right of my right and your right and the other people's right.
Can I ask you a question here?
Hold on. Do you agree that we all have equal rights?
Not when it comes to our kids.
Okay, so anybody in this country can say, "Oh, because of my kids." Everybody. I mean, if you want to apply, hold on.
What kind of right you're talking about?
Hold on. Do you agree that we all equal in this country under the laws? We have laws for Muslims and we have laws for non-Muslims.
No. Let's just correct yourself here. What kind of right we're talking about? I'm talking about the kids. So when it comes
to about the law, is the law applied to all of us?
It should be. That's what's the beauty about this law.
So your right as equal, your right is equal to anybody else's right in this country. True or not?
Absolutely. I have no problem with that.
Okay. So when we have, do you think we're a Muslim? Do you think we're a minorities, or we're just like we can do whatever we want?
We're Canadian. I don't believe we're minority.
You're not. You're not. You were Canadian.
I don't feel I'm victimized like you guys keep playing that card. With all respect.
Oh, so you're not being victimized. Like if somebody, so if you have, when you have a long beard, nothing happened to you?
Never, nothing. Any happened to me, honestly.
Not even what your customers were trying. Just Mahmoud Murra, this is the question. When you have your long beard, everything was hunky dory, or you felt like a little bit being judged by how
Actually,
you
I've
look.
been judged by Muslims sometime and some other people more than I judge by
Okay.
Canadian. So this
If your
happening
sister,
everywhere.
if your wife who's wearing the hijab walked in a Marlboro Mall or walk into whatever mall, okay, are you telling me that when a hijabi woman or hijabi African Muslim lady walked in a mall, she doesn't feel like she's been discriminated or been picked up on because she's just Canadian? Or you think there is
Well,
a targeting?
let
No.
me answer, but you ask a question. So I'm telling
Okay.
you, my experience, I never witnessed it myself. My
Yes.
wife, she never told me anything that happened to her. I heard from some of friend of mine that they face some challenges. I heard a lot of stories, but did I face it myself? Honestly, no. I'm not
So
gonna.
is Islamophobia real or fake?
You're not gonna like my
In Canada,
answer.
in Canada.
I believe it does exist, but not to the extent level we exaggerate it. There is some Islamophobia, yes, absolutely. That mosque
Okay.
I seen in the army base, something huge to have a mosque for a training facility. It's not right.
So
You all
is
know about
Arthur
it.
Pawlowski, is he Islamophobic?
Yes, he is
You're
somehow. I like the guy still.
No, I know you like the guy. You're going to be protesting tomorrow together or with his friends at the same spot tomorrow. So are you okay with Arthur Pawlowski protesting for the same cause today, and tomorrow he has another protest against you as a Muslim?
I never seen him protesting against me. He has some statement against us Muslim, which is I heard a lot of it. Do I agree with it? Absolutely no. And there's a lot of Muslim actually say statement against Muslim. Differences happen between brothers. Sometimes we could have it. So it doesn't mean
Okay.
that we have to be enemy. We could still argue and have differences like you and I. Are we on the same page all the time? Absolutely no.
No,
We could
absolutely not.
still
Yeah.
talk to each other. So doesn't mean that we have to agree on everything or fight about everything. So some stuff I don't agree. When someone talk about my religion, absolutely I can't respect it. I can't accept it, and I show my rejection. But in the same time, when there's common ground that we could talk about something could give benefit to our community, to our society, to our country, I will be standing there to support that benefit and stand for it and get it back to our people.
So what you're saying is what happened tomorrow, in your opinion, Mahmoud? I personally, I really think personally, Mahmoud, you took this issue. And don't get me. I don't want to sound like I'm
Could you
personally
say in
attacking
English,
you.
please? Because you're mixing up. If you want me to speak in English, so you speak in English
No.
as
I
well.
want English. I want
Yeah,
English.
yeah. Don't go back to Arabic.
Tomorrow.
No.
Tomorrow. I mean, we can talk about Arabic all long, but we want to talk English because I really think you brought this issue from being an issue that we're trying to find ways to overcome or to work with or to create some dialogues. So at least we address the right of parents for Muslim parents in the schools. We try to bring the dialogue into in I would say a civil dialogues. You brought it into the street with anger. You literally create fear in the heart and the mind of so many Muslim parents. You, Mahmoud, by exaggerating this topic and also diverting the whole conversation about the fear of the parents into put it into some political gain. I think you did this and in good intention, because in your mind you want the best for the country, and in your mind for our community, and your mind is the best for our community is to be with the party that you belong to. So
Okay. So
literally you played both cards,
are you
religion
asking and
and politics.
answering yourself, bro, or is this a question for me to answer?
No, I'm throwing it all at you so you can answer.
Because like honestly I got lost with all the one question. Let me tell you one thing. Actually, I guess you're not watching the news properly. What happened in Ottawa and what happened all over in New Brunswick, I don't think there was Muslim there to protest and to do what they did in New Brunswick. So what happened in Ottawa is the Muslim community went hand in hand, and one Muslim lady was raising the flag of the diagonal flag, and she doesn't know what's the mean behind it, and maybe as well you don't know. So this is something big for us Muslim to come hand in hand in Ottawa. Was a huge. Come back to Calgary. When I called for the protest, not because I was planning or I invite or I want the take back Alberta or the right wing you're calling them and stuff, which is I call them my brother, my fellow Canadian brother, same as the LGBT, same as any other community. We all brothers under the law, under the flag of Canada. We have one flag to raise, it's the Canadian flag, and to work for an Albertan flag. So come back to Calgary. When we decide to raise our voice, when I heard there's some victimized kids here in Calgary, And some people, you know, they trying to tell the parents stay low because they don't want to embarrass the Pride months and stuff, and try to swallow it. And they told those parents to keep it low, don't report it, like the same kids that happened in Edmonton. And this has been ongoing. I have youngest daughter, she's 7 years old. My son want to go to high school here. I'm a bit worried. I was homeschooling. We decide to raise our voice. It's a freedom of choice. Let the parent decide what they want for their kid, because to have those kids was the parent choice in the first place. No one has the right to come involved into my kid's life or my education of my kids and stuff. Up till 18 years old, when he's old enough, he could decide. When he cannot vote less than 18, when he cannot drink alcohol less than 18, when he cannot have tattoo when he's less than 18, he shouldn't be exposed to such a thing about genders and all the other stuff. When my 9 years old daughter, someone want to tell her she's wearing hijab because she was oppressed, I took her right, I took her infant, her kids' right and stuff like this, and they give the right to a 5 years old girl to decide she want to become a boy when she's a girl, or a boy to become a girl when he's a boy. Doesn't make sense. This is not fair. This is not right. We're not here to invite the right wing to discuss what's the future of Trudeau,
Well,
what the future of the province. We invite the right wing because they are people of God. Most of them are Anglican. Most of them, they follow church, or Jewish, they go to synagogue. They still are brother in humanity. We're not tomorrow going to send a message we're going to destroy or kill or do anything. It's a peaceful message to open an eye that there is issue. The same people who stood up in New Brunswick, stood in Ottawa, all over, that there is some issue here with the education system that taken place. Since the NDP implement that GSA has to be done without the parent approval, a janitor in school could know more stuff about my son, like I said earlier, more than I. This is not fair. And this is unacceptable.
Mahmoud, you are literally talking about every talking point of the political arenas, and you sugarcoated with Muslims fear and the Muslims future, and come and let's try to protect our kids. You talk in politics, but you cover it with with religion, and that's what I'm trying to say. Is
with all respect, if you read one of my comments, to me, religion is politics. You want to say no, it's different.
No,
it's poison.
listen,
That's your own idea. But to me,
the minute you bring religion to the mix, we're all gonna lose, Mahmoud.
That's what you think.
This is a losing battle.
So, with all respect, you want to tell me when Sayyidina Muhammad sent one messenger to those people to convey a message, so he was doing politics or he was doing Islam?
Mahmoud, where do you live?
I live in Canada.
Oh, no, just define Canada's religion. What's Canada's? What's the religion of Canada?
I'm talking about my religion. I don't want to talk about Canada. I treat everybody with the respect, with the dignity and honesty, because I'm a human being who born as a Muslim. So Islam taught me a lot of stuff. Based on this, I deal with people based on my belief. You want to tell me, so now tomorrow I go to the bar because I'm in Canada, I'll drink alcohol?
Mahmoud, okay, no, we can definitely, I mean, I do respect what you're trying to say and your time, but I wanted to just maybe be more focused. So are you telling me, you as a Muslim, how are you going to respond to somebody who said to you, if you feel this way and you follow that kind of way of thought, why are you in the secular countries? Why don't you go to a Muslim country, for example? So what are you going to say to that?
I don't understand.
If you are so devout. Okay,
so,
Mahmoud.
Can I ask you something?
Mahmoud,
no, I want to tell you what I'm going to say.
Answer my questions, I'll answer yours. Why don't you go to a Muslim country, Mahmoud?
Me from praying?
What?
Are they stopping me from praying, practicing in my religion?
No, they are not.
Okay. Am I having my right?
You have all your rights.
Okay, so why shouldn't I be here?
Because you don't like it. You want to change it.
Who said I don't like it? I said it's a heaven.
You said this is like, you said this is the school is doing something is against what I believe in, and I want that to be changed.
Okay, with all respect, I have the right. The Carter Right, the law, the land of the law gave me the right to protest and oppose what's happening to my kids in school and reject it. And that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
So are you protecting your kids, or you're forcing your views on other kids to see it the way you see it, Mahmoud?
Tomorrow, no. Actually, I'm sending a message. Our kids should be protected. The way I
From
see it,
whom?
the way everybody who's going to show up in the protest tomorrow, I'm not going to an orientation and getting people to listen to me because they have to listen to me or because they're bored, they have nothing to do. Someone's going to put effort and goes to downtown. There's a lot of people coming. One person is coming like he's official from parent unions. There's parent of choice. There's a lot of people coming, not just right wing. I'm not sure why you guys turn it into right wing, and this is part of, I guess, propaganda.
Mahmoud,
Let me finish.
sorry, Mahmoud. Don't you think what you said, it's that word by word, is from the mouth of Arthur Pawlowski?
What do you mean, Arthur Pawlowski? He's been in jail for the past 6 months, brother.
Talking about your kids, talking about your faith, talking about your right. Aren't you just like word by word by the most Islamophobic in the city of Calgary?
Honestly, I never heard them much except in the Freedom Rally when we were anti-vacciners going there. So I don't know. I never paid attention.
Sorry, we lost Mahmoud. Oh, okay, sorry. Mahmoud,
No, I
are you
didn't
here?
lose you. I didn't lose you. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
So no, I'm not copying Arthur Pawlowski or nothing. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe you heard him more than I did, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course, I hear you and I hear them. I hear all this because I'm worried about those people who cause harm to the
let
community.
me go back.
Like Arthur Pawlowski.
I'm staying here because I do practice my religion freely. Nobody forced me. Nobody abused me, and I'm here in my own will. I could leave anytime I want, so I'm a free. The same laws that allow me to do all the things, he allow me to go protest downtown.
Yeah, allow you to protest.
Deliver a message, and whoever wanted to come tomorrow, he's welcome. Who doesn't want to come, he's welcome as well. I can't force anybody to believe what we believe. There's a lot of speakers will be going there. People are sending message to protect their kids and to open an eye for every politician out there, for every responsible leader, that there's issue in our society, our public system getting abused, because like I cannot force my ideology as Muslim in a public school. Why someone else should be?
Okay. Do you think LGBTQ has any right in this country?
Yeah, absolutely. They could do whatever they want in their own bedroom.
Okay. So they have only right in their own rooms.
Well, do you have any more right to do private stuff in the street? So
no. I just want to agree with you. I want to agree with you. I'm not going to defend them, but I just want to be out as well. I just want to have a civil conversation. Yes. So LGBTQ people, they can do whatever they want to do.
I have a lot of customers. Just let me explain for you one thing. I have a lot of customers from LGBT community. I have nothing against them. What they do behind their room, on the street, do whatever they want to do. Stay away from my kids.
Right. Okay.
There's no simple.
So also Muslim, they can use the same argument, say the Muslim can do whatever they want to do in their homes, but they are not allowed to go to the public schools and try to tell the other student what to do, what not to do. Do we agree on this?
Yeah, we all agree. Do you see Muslim going to public school enforcing Muslim ideology?
No, I'm not against the Muslims. Don't get me wrong, but I'm trying to say.
But I'm asking. I never seen any Muslim forcing ideology on others.
No. What you're saying is so correct. And one thing, parents has every right to know what's going on in school and have a saying of what's going on in school. When that teacher in Edmonton crossed the line, we all heard it, and thank God for the people who recorded this, or with the Griffin schools or whatever that schools here and there. But I'm going to tell you something. What we hear is, I'm not saying everything we hear is true, just like everything you hear on your social media. That doesn't mean it's true. So not everything we hear is true, but what's happening in the city of Calgary, that's what's mattered to us, at least what's happening in the city of Calgary. So tomorrow, Mahmoud, you're doing a rally to ask for that. What exactly you want to accomplish? What's the title of your protest tomorrow?
Tomorrow, like we said, we are supporting the freedom of a choice. We respect each and everyone. We want our right to be respected. If my son doesn't want to attend the Pride Month, he doesn't want to attend the Pride Parade, whatever it is, he has the right not to attend. Doesn't matter. Believe in it, doesn't believe in it. That's his choice. Let him be. Let the kids be a kid.
Do you think the movement, or well, I don't want to say a movement, but if you want to call it a movement, do you think this rally somehow being manipulated by any political parties?
I don't think so. No.
Is your political views somehow has anything to do with what you are doing here, what you're trying to spreading?
No,
the message the UCP love.
I love UCP. I still love UCP. I'm not going to change my mind. And I believe I love UCP because of my face, based on my face. You said don't mix religion with politics. Yes. Sorry, I can't. I have to. I still believe if NDP was in power, we won't be able to protest. One pastor went to a library when a queer was dancing in front of young kids. He got arrested after 3 days based on the city mayor request, and they charged the guy. And when he was assaulted, he was abused, Pastor Reamer, and the city came with the law. If any LGBT take an event in place, any protester not allowed to come with close to them within 200 meter or 1,000 meter. So I believe if NDP was in power, same regulation would have happened tomorrow. Thank God they didn't win.
Okay, Mahmoud, my concern is this. I really think you take an issue that it's important to all Canadian, which is this Pride Month and what comes inside all the activities in Pride Month. Some Canadians agree, some they don't, and you give it a twist and made it sound like a Muslim issue. It's not a Muslim issue.
It is a Muslim issue,
and that's what I'm trying to say.
It is a Muslim issue. With all respect, you were reading the phone. The question who came to you, maybe you should read it one more time. It is a Muslim issue.
No. It's a Muslim issue, but this is a Canadian issue, which is
it's a Canadian Muslim issue. It's here the interest came in between.
Why you brought the religion right into it? Why tomorrow the headline is going to be Muslims of Calgary protesting? Don't you think that's what's going to happen tomorrow?
So when I called for a protest for Palestine under YYC, by the way, that kid who was screaming Allahu Akbar, whatever, in Yahudi, I was there.
Yeah.
I'm the one who ran to him, and if you forgot, I remind you.
That was the second time. The first time you were not even there.
Regardless. Anyways,
yes.
So who ran it then? Wasn't YYC Muslims?
No, that was a YYC Muslim for Palestine.
So what's the big deal if YYC Muslim ran for Palestine?
Who said it's a YYC Muslim?
For Muslim kids' protection?
Well, I'm reading here. No, I'm reading here about it's a true Canadian something, whatever organization. I don't know who that organization saying it's a Calgarian gathering tomorrow.
Yeah, Canadian for Truth. Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, so many. My goodness, so many right wings groups you're in. I'm so proud of you, Mahmoud.
But there's a lot of Muslims. Jewish. I mean, one of the speakers is going to be Jewish tomorrow. One of the speaker Imam. So why not? How come interface only good for gay and lesbian, but they're not good for Jewish and Christian?
Mahmoud, this is a matter.
I'm asking you a question. Could you answer me? How come were you guys promoting so much when you brought the LGBT representative to Akram Jum'ah? You were there. Saima Jamal there.
Well, you were there. You were there too.
Raise the flags, Allah for unity and equality and whatever that thing. How come you're allowed to say that stuff, but for me it's not allowed to bring Jewish and Christian and to protect our kids' future?
I would love to see Jewish and Christian and Hindu and Sikh and atheist and everybody in your rally tomorrow. I hope that's the case. But you made it so, I don't want to use the word toxic, but it's so dangerous for us as a minority group in the city of Calgary, called the Muslim community. Not all of us, but some of us, we are going to really bear the consequences of being racist. You understand?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. That victim card is a sick game you guys keep playing, especially you and all those Muslims, the lefty Muslim. I'm gonna say it loud. You guys always play in a victim card. We are minority. We're not minority. You go to work, you buy stuff, nobody offend you. You could do whatever you want. In fact, half of us breaks the law in many occasions. Nobody's talking about us. Anytime thing goes sideways, we'll raise the flag. We've been oppressed. We've been accused. We've been this. We've been that. I'm in a business. You're in a business. I've seen a lot of people.
I'm talking about Muslims.
This game. I'm talking about Muslims. Do you think I'm working in a business as a Christian?
Who was shot? Who was shot in Quebec and in Ontario? Those people who got shot, they got shot because they were Muslim. True or not?
Yeah, absolutely. And how many white people? Listen to me. And how many white people got killed by Muslim?
No. I'm talking about here in Canada. Here in Canada.
Who did 9/11?
How many people? I'm talking in Canada. How many people in Canada they got?
Bro,
hold on.
Back and
talking about Alberta. How many women in Alberta their hijab were taken away, or they were yelled at just because Muslims? You're telling me there's no we are Muslim.
You never heard of it because of the Syrian.
No. Who said Syrian? This is not even a Syrian.
Look, you know what? I'm telling you, this happened all over. Syrian killing Syrian, Lebanese killing Lebanese, Canadian killing Canadian. So just because they're Muslim, yes, I agree with you. There's some Islamophobia. I did tell you up front, but we're playing it to a level.
Hold on. So you agree with me? There's an Islamophobia, true or not?
I did say there's
So
some
what
of
are you
it.
going
not
to do
to the
tomorrow?
extent.
Hold on. What are you going to do tomorrow? This is exactly my question. What are you going to do tomorrow? Is it going to increase? It's going to serve us as a minority groups, as a oppressed community, as a targeted community, or it's going to increase our exposure to more hate and more violence?
Let me. Can I
Especially if we
answer?
are.
Can I
Yes,
answer?
of course. Yes,
Please?
of course you can answer.
Okay. The biggest success tomorrow already we start planted today, having you talking about us Muslim standing hand in hand with the right wing. This is the biggest success. Us having
fact.
bridges. Let me
I
answer.
only hear this from right wingers.
Subhanallah, you don't let people talk.
But you
man.
are
You're a
right wings,
dictator.
Mahmoud.
Look, let me talk. Let me
Aren't
talk.
you a right wings?
Oh, I'm Islamophobic too. I'm a white supremacist.
No,
Yeah,
you're not.
Call me
Are
Father
you right
Muhammad.
wing? Are
No,
you
I'm not
right
right
wing?
wing. I'm
You're
not
not right
Canadian.
wing.
I'm not right wing.
Do you
No, I'm
believe
not
in
right wing.
vaccine?
Like,
Do you believe? Do
okay.
you believe in vaccine?
No, I don't believe in vaccine.
Do you support? Did you support Trump?
I like Trump.
Are you okay with your beloved Arthur Pawlowski's?
No, I know the guy. I didn't say I'm okay. Let's respect the guy. Like I told you earlier, I still say I respect him.
Okay. And do you call some Muslims part-time Muslims?
I do call sometimes part-time Muslim, yes.
Okay. And you don't see yourself being a little bit on the right side?
Okay, I'll tell you, I'm a conservative by nature because
I'm conservative. I'm conservative too.
Let me explain one. Every Muslim by nature he's conservative. There's no question. Every Muslim.
Hold on. Are you?
Let me finish, bro. You
no,
don't
no,
let
no,
me
no.
finish.
You're playing words. You're playing words. Conservative as a politics.
You ask me a
No,
question.
no, hold on.
Let me answer.
No. But they are using this to gain political point.
No, I'm
conservative.
just
What you نحن محافظين كمسلمين وليس محافظين بالسياسيين. We're not conservative as a part of the conservative movement.
Let me ask you now. Could you answer me something? As Muslim, are we pro-abortion or anti-abortion?
As a Muslim, no, anti-abortion.
We're anti-abortion?
Yes.
We're anti-abortion.
No, I'm sorry. We're anti-abortion. Yeah. لا ما بحق لك تقتل النفس اللي الله خلقها. No doubt. We're anti-abortion.
We're anti-abortion. Are you sure?
Hold on. Muslim, are you telling me Islam is okay with abortion? No.
So you don't want to call a friend or something to get the proper
answer?
No,
I don't want to call no way. You asked me my opinion. Well, you asked me my opinion. When the mara is hamil, when the woman is pregnant, does she have a right for abortion? Islamically, I don't think she has a right. This is a nafs. It all depends. Hold on. It depends. Which month? If it's like 3, 4 months, 6, I don't know the exact month.
Regardless, we're anti-abortion. I'm just was pulling your leg. So we're anti-abortion. Let's put this aside.
Okay. Yeah.
Are we for
as a Muslim? As a Muslims, yes.
Yes. As conservative for the pro-abortion or anti-abortion? Are they pro-life or no?
Conservative?
Yeah. Aren't they pro-life? Pro-life.
No,
they are pro-life. Which is anti-abortion.
Conservative? No, they're against abortion. We know that.
They're against abortion. That's a pro-life, bro.
Yeah, okay. That's
okay.
That's
so
fine.
we are the same. We come back to the face. Most of the conservative base, either Catholic or Jewish. Am I right or wrong?
I don't know that, but I think that what you're telling me is
so
NDP.
What did you start when you started? You said the Anglican, right?
Mahmoud, I don't know if it's a UCP. It's only evangelicals or Jews. I think NDP is also ever. Are you telling NDP must, for example, or Democrat, they have no religion, or they're not?
No, they don't. Most of them are.
They are not religious people. So all the Muslim community who support the Liberal Party of Canada, they are not religious. They are not Muslim.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not saying about individual. Whoever support the NDP, the majority of the NDP. So when I say the majority of the UCP, there's some atheists of the conservative, not just UCP. Let's say Alberta. The majority, the congregation.
No, that's the game. You are playing politics and religion. That's why I'm really concerned about that game you're playing. You are mixing politics and religion. We're all gonna pay a heavy price for this, Mahmoud.
You're not gonna pay nothing. You never paid anything.
We're all gonna pay a heavy price.
That's what tomorrow.
You know what that heavy price is? You know what the heavy price? You know what the price we're gonna pay? We're gonna lose a lot of support as a Muslim minorities in this country.
I'll be honest with you. As a Muslim minority,
be labeled as a hate group. Those people who want their right to be protected are taking the right of other people's. So, and
With all
that's so
respect,
dangerous, Mahmoud.
with all respect, if you want to tell me that 2% you guys support in thinking that's the one are protecting you, then you're absolutely wrong. If you really believe someone else protecting you other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then absolutely you're wrong. The price you were talking about, you're going to be paying 7-8 years ago when I was fighting the corrupted MCC, all of you guys were against me. When we wanted the first people to come and stand and act victorious, you're one of them. So let's face reality. Saturday morning, we'll talk. The same thing happening again. We'll see who's going to be right, who's going to be wrong. Inshallah, tomorrow the event is going to go, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be happy. And I love you to come and broadcast as much as you want and do whatever you want. Inshallah, it's going to be a peaceful message. If you have a Canadian flag with you, bring it in. And we are standing for a clear message, peaceful message.
What that
Leave
message
our kids
is?
alone.
Okay, no, this is not the message, Mahmoud. I'm going to tell you what's the message.
SubhanAllah, you know more than me. Let me say.
Of course. It's
Yeah.
written right here.
Yeah,
You want me to read it in Arabic or English?
whatever you like.
I'm going to read it in Arabic لأنه
No,
يعني-
English. English, please, better.
Okay.
So stay in English.
Okay. Tomorrow, okay. A protest, a peaceful protest in the downtown of Calgary, Friday at 6:30. Please join to support the families and to support religion of Fitra. Okay, so come tomorrow to protect. That's what's it. دعم الأهالي والدين والفطرة الإنسانية.
Nice.
Okay?
Beautiful. I never
Okay.
heard it. Who wrote this?
No,
Let
that's
me
okay.
know.
That's okay. Hold on.
Who wrote this message?
احتجاجا على إدخال
Say
المنهج
English, bro. English.
المثليين
Say
في
English.
المدارس.
English.
Okay, I'm gonna translate. So this is what it says. احتجاجا على إدخال منهج المثليين والمدارس في المدارس. الجميع لازم يشارك ونعبر رأينا ورفضنا من مسلم مسيحيين يهود وسيخ. Okay? احموا أولادكم. Protect your kids. Your kids is أمانة في أعناقكم.
With all respect, where's the source of that? Because we never shared it, but that's good. Someone else shared it.
Okay, that's exactly what I know. You'll
It's
find the
not a
source.
message. You could write it. Maybe you wrote
Okay,
it.
but
So I don't know.
Mahmoud-
What's the source? Nice.
Mahmoud, this is my point.
That's
See, you said,
beautiful. I love it.
Mahmoud, that's my point. You're saying it's not my message. What I'm trying to say is,
But no, I said I love it, bro. I love it.
you create a platform that's gonna bring. It's
Beautiful.
already bring a lot of troubles.
Beautiful.
It's already infesting hate and infesting. I tell you what, Mahmoud, I have a question for you, please. And I'm sorry, and I want to thank you for being
it's okay. Take your time, bro.
calm. I'm going to ask you this question. So after all this month and a half of this protect your kids, blah, this, and we have to be careful where whatever they are want to change us, they want to indoctrinate our kids. So all this message, I'm going to tell this. If, in your opinion, 2 Muslims kids tomorrow, Monday morning, so try to think with me, and you tell me, 2 Muslim kids who are going to come to your protest, 2 Muslim kids who are going to come to your protest, they go to school on Monday, and they walk by somebody else, let's say, is identify himself as a supporter of the LGBTQ. What I'm trying to say to you, and answer me as clear as you can, do you think those 2 kids who are going to attend the protest on Friday will be influenced how they're going to look to that person who is different than them, or it's going to be all fine and dandy and like as if nothing happened, or they already form an opinion of that person of being, let's say, I don't want to say anything, but stay away from me.
So I would tell you, first of all, those kids, in fact, the same way they want to educate our kids about something we don't want, we want to educate about our kids about something they should know. Then I don't think if my kids is a friend with a gay person or LGBT supporter.
No, I'm not asking to be gay.
No, I'm telling you. First of all,
I'm asking not to be hated. That's all I'm saying.
You're a dictator. You cut me off a million times. You don't let me answer. You're so dictator, bro. You ask me.
I'm Syrian. What do you think?
Okay, I'm listening. Okay, go. Okay, answer me. You give the answer for me. You ask me, and then you answer yourself. Okay, I'm listening.
That's a good, nice way to run away from the answer to the question.
No, I'm trying to tell you. If you ask me clearly, if 2 kids come tomorrow to the protest, and they go to school and they're going to feel intimidated or they're going to have hate towards the LGBT. I'm telling you, if my kids are a friend with X person because his sexual identity 1 or 2, they're not going to have differences. My right to educate my kids, in fact, each and every one should bring his kids tomorrow, and they're going to be a peaceful message. There's a protest going on, not to teach people how to kill, how to destroy, how to hate people. We're trying to leave our kids alone. Let the kids be a kids. And I don't think, if this was the story, So we've been in this country for 25 years. The LGBT stuff was taking place for as long we've been here, as long as it's been in history. I don't think any of this incident happened, and I never heard of it. I heard of some stories when our Muslim kids were a victim because of the LGBT laws taking place and oppressing others people's right and taking away some others' right. So we keep acting like nothing happened. In the United States, one transgender went and raped a kid in the class, 15 years old, and then they kept it under the carpet because it was a Pride Month and they don't want to make such a huge deal about it. You could act ignorant, nothing happened, but this is sad reality here. We could deny all we want. The same way goes vice versa. If this LGBT have issue with my son, if they don't go, if they don't show their support and people standing behind those kids, and we have to protect our kids' right. Enough of being hypocrite about it. I'm standing because I'm Muslim. Yes, I'm Canadian. I'm talking in general. We could be diplomatic if we want. So, but this is sad reality. This is my answer. I hope I could answer you.
Can I speak now? Mahmoud, you increase the level of hate among people by the message you are trying to cover it with. Let's protect our kids. I really think you are divided communities instead of bringing community together. And what I'm trying to say is, we as a Muslims, we have every right to preserve our faith, our traditions, our culture. We have every right, but also we have to do it in two things that's going to give us our right and not infringe on other people's right. Why? Because as soon as I take your rights away from you, that means I give you take the right away from me. That's all what I'm trying to say. Brother, I think you created hate.
Can I ask you something? Can I explain something? You keep saying that if we stand up tomorrow, the young minority or the small minority or whatever you call them, minority LGBT community, we're going to lose their support, and then we're going to look like we're a hateful group toward them or in front of them because we took a stand for what's happening. Yes. We're not sending a hateful message. We want our kids to left alone. If you really think that's how they're going to feel, same at one, like the same message for the pro-love and spread love and stuff about the vaccine. When people decide not to take vaccines, some of the same people were saying, okay, if you go to the hospital, we shouldn't serve them. If they go to the hospital, we shouldn't hospitalize them and give them medical and stuff. This is not right. This is not normal. I won't say don't let the LGBT kid come to our school. I don't let the LGBT teacher come to my class. I don't let the LGBT come to my shop and serve them. I have no problem with them. But I don't walk with a sign in my back to say I'm a straight. I don't think you should have a sign in your back to say you're a gay. So normal. Let's live normal, except if you have some kind of syndrome and you want someone to lift you up and to force people to respect you. Respect goes both ways. You give and you take. If people don't want to respect you, it's up to them. You don't force me to respect you. It's you have your right. I have my right. You have your right. I have my right. You live and let me live, and let's leave our kids alone.
No. You have to respect. You don't have to believe, but you have to respect other people's right. Respect, not believe. I respect what these people want. That's their prerogative. But do I have to believe in that? I don't have to believe in it. Because my belief is mine. But I do have to respect. So I have to give respect in order to gain respect or ask for respect. All what I'm saying is you take a slogan that's called Fight for Your Freedoms, and all of a sudden it's spread out to us. So many hateful messages coming from all directions. It's about like, I mean, I just read one text for you because I don't want to just go over the other stuff. But what I'm saying, Mahmoud, is good intention. Bad things covered with good intentions. I really think your heart in the right place when it comes to the right of parents. But Mahmoud, you play two dangerous games. Number one, you mix politics with religion.
According to you, bro, wrong.
Yeah, according to me. And also, I would say you are just engulfed the fear in the heart of so many parents, as if like somebody in the school that's going to snitch him and just they're going to cut their genitals and turn him to another human.
Can I use your broadcast here to tell someone? I have a 2017 Toyota Highlander been donated by a parent for me to sell it, and all the money goes to a mosque. This car worth about $50,000. So I had the privilege to ask the father after he left the country, and he left 2 cars with me to sell them. What's the reason you took off like this? And this happened in Alberta for the parent who's listening to me. So don't listen all to that nice talk. The reason that father decided to leave the country and he donated 2 cars and he sold his house and all the belongings, because he's a father who has 3 kids and he feared for his kids. The teacher decided to keep implementing into the 11 years old boy, he's too cute to be a boy. He's a girl in a boy's body. The father went with the flow and he went and subscribed drugs for his own son because the teacher threatening thing will happen if he forces his son start buying pink underwears, pink backpack for the father. And this car is still available for whoever want to purchase it. And he decided to play that game till almost end of May, moved his family and moved out of country. So
Yes.
this happening here in Alberta. Is this a threat for a parent to worry about his son? Yes or no?
Mahmoud, I know so many Canadians. No, hold on.
With all respect, does this thing like this happen in Canada or no?
Do you want me to answer?
Yeah, please.
I know so many Canadians who moved out of Canada for so many various reasons. Okay, we always hear about Canadians who moved out to the Australia.
You want to tell me is this
there? No. What I'm saying is, everyone see the world in different way. This father left the country because he's afraid for his kids, right? We are starting. I hear this a lot these days. Oh, I'm afraid for my kids.
So, with all respect, can I ask? So, as a parent, should I be worried about my?
Yes, you should.
So this is pink underwear is normal thing, so it's okay.
No. This is, you have a right to feel that if you feel like there's something really wrong, something in danger, if you feel danger for your kids, you have every right to say and to protect your kids in any way as possible. But what I'm trying to say is you have to give the same right to other people as well. So if people
give them right.
No. If people fear Islam, you said it's okay. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't say no. Please protect us. We're Muslims. Why are they afraid of us? Because these other people think we are Muslims in this country, and we're going to slaughter them. We're going to convert them, and we're going to do all that. So they have a right to feel afraid because of us Muslims. The same way you feel that you're threatened.
With all respect, you're not fair. First of all, tell me where Muslim. Look, wait a second, Sam. Tell me where, as Muslim, we go force our agenda the same way LGBT was presented or forced into our kids' school in a school. Do we have in a public school thing? It's called Islamic Month.
Ask your friend Arthur Pulowski. He's the one who says
I'm asking you. I don't want to ask.
No,
I'm asking.
There's Canadian like Arthur Pulowski's who feel There's Canadian who feel Muslims are going to do that.
He's not my friend. I'm asking you. Is there's a month? It's called Islamic Month to go and protest.
Islamic Heritage Month. Yes, there was Islamic Heritage Month.
And school. I'm telling you, in school. Is there a month in school? Are we forcing our agenda in school as Muslim?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Are we forcing our Islamic principles in any of this life we have here in Canada, Western Canada? Do we have a flag do we have La ilaha illallah flag in the city hall? Do we have a La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah in the Parliament House?
Of course.
Do we have like a special what you call it, shoes for lady to wear or something? Which is, I'm not going to go into this. I want to prove to you sometime government could be wrong. You and I, we went downtown to stand for the residential school.
Yes.
What happened in residential school? How many
horrible things happen.
Okay, horrible. So the government
that could happen to you too. That could happen to your kids too.
It's happening right now to our kids, and you are silent about it.
No, I'm not silent. What I'm trying to say, it's
back then they invade and they kidnap our kids physically. They took them from their parent. Over 200,000 kids were killed by the knowledge of the government, by the knowledge of the residential school. What will happen after 200 years, or like up to 1998, the last residential school, people start still talking about those kids. And what happened now? Exactly same. Now they're invading our kids spiritually, physically in school. They're trying to convince them something abnormal to us is normal to them. You let my kids watch Superman since he's 3 years old till he's 10 years old, he'll go off the cliff or off the roof trying to act like Superman. You cannot go and show my son a giant male with big balls dancing with a string line in school and tell me it's normal. You cannot. If I'm shy to look at that person, how could they allow such a male to go in library, perform that dance in front of our kids? And you, Mr. Sam, tell me, yeah, it's okay.
No.
It's normal.
Hold on. Is this a Muslim issue or this is a Canadian issue?
This is Canadian Muslim issue to me.
Why are you making it Muslim issues?
It's a Canadian Muslim issue to me because I'm Muslim.
And I'm a Muslim too.
Give me water, Baba. Give me water, please. Sorry?
And I'm a Muslim too, but what I'm
You're
trying
not
to
a
say is,
father, brother.
no, hold on, Mahmoud. All what I'm saying is,
You're not in my stand. You have no kids.
I literally understand.
You
I
can't
respect your
judge
fear.
what you don't
I
have.
respect, but all what I'm saying is you are just playing in a really
I'm not
dangerous
playing.
minefield. Like it's a minefield, says religion and politics. So whether you talk politics and leave religion alone, or you talk religion and let the religious people deal with this, but you're mixing it in a very dangerous way. We're all gonna lose.
Brother, you're losing with this attitude. I'm gonna tell you one example. Who lives in the shadow, there's no shadow for him.
I'm not saying we're talking
You can
live to
stay
you,
in the
but
shadow all you want.
no,
You
you're
can
not.
stay-
This is not. I'm not living in the shadow. I'm
You're
speaking
just
to you.
media, bro. Just cover me. Well, you know when you
Mahmoud.
don't live in the shadow, when you take a stand.
Okay, well, hold on. You don't want to live in the shadow, then you have to be truthful and spit it out
Always.
all the way.
All the way. All the
Okay.
time. Tell me. Ask me clearly, I will answer you. I don't lie. I don't fear nobody. Ask me any question, I'll give you the answer I have.
Okay. What should you do to a LGBTQ person?
What should I
As
do?
a Muslim. Yeah.
What do you mean as a Muslim? Nothing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing.
Okay.
Allah
Hold on.
subhanahu wa
As a
ta'ala
Muslim.
never gave me any ayah or any punishment to do for the LGBT. I leave him alone. I don't care about him. I don't interact with him. I have no business. If I see him, I do business with him, no problem. Do I have any reason to punish him, justify him, do anything? It's not my business. I can't do anything.
Does he or she have an equal right like you as a Muslim Canadian? Does the LGBTQ Muslims, Canadian, has equal right like a Muslim Canadian, or they are different?
According to the Canadian law?
Yes.
Exactly the same. I can't, it's not my law.
Do you live by the law of the land, or you live by?
I live by the law of the land.
Okay, so we are agreeing on one thing. Everybody has the equal right to worship. To do you believe in? I don't know. I mean, it was here like a freedom of equality of faith, religion, race.
I have freedom of, I believe in freedom of choice. Choose whatever you want. Do whatever you want to be. Do whatever you want to do. But just stay away from me and my kids. I don't want to go into your life. Don't go into my life.
I think the same. I think really the same. I really think they stay away from me and my kids, because that's how I want to raise my kids the way I want to raise my kids the way I want. I'm the parents, and I have the right to raise my kids. Okay, but what you doing tomorrow? Are you protecting the right of the parents, or you just trying to provoke more conservative base to believe that your faith / your political allegiances are the right path forward? Meaning, is Muslims' choice only to be conservative?
So
are you telling me this?
Okay, let me explain. First of all,
are you telling me that that's a choice we have as a Muslim?
So you asked me first 2, 3, and I couldn't answer not even one. So let me go with the first one. Tomorrow, I'm not provoking anything based on my political view and my religion. Tomorrow, if you tell me as a conservative promoter, which is I love the UCP party and conservative Alberta, it's not in my best interest to have that protest tomorrow. And anyone who understands politics knows after election, after long battle, this protest shouldn't take a place. But when a Muslim kids got abused in multiple Muslim school or multiple public school, we need to send a voice, a clear message. There is issue. We need to protect our children. I'm not taking the stand tomorrow because I'm conservative. I'm taking the stand as a parent, a Muslim parent, Canadian parent, who's seeking the best interest, security, and safety for his kids in school, especially if they're 7 years old and above. This is why about in regard to the first one. In regard of the other one, you keep complaining and whining why united forces with the Christian or with the Jewish or with the right wing, whatever you call them, or the Pastor Arthur or Reamer, whatever.
Yes. Okay.
So with all respect to you, if you go in anywhere, I could join forces with you to achieve my target. Part of my faith allow me to do this. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent me in the Holy Quran, a whole verses, He called it Ar-Rum, Surah Ar-Rum. When they fought the Persian was the people don't worship God. They were used to worship fire. And they fought the Christian at that time. They were Roman. Muslims were upset. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the verses, a whole surah from the Quran called Ar-Rum. In those verses, He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant the Christian a winning. And then that day, the Muslim will be happy. My faith tells me to stand with those who carry the cross because they're Christian, with those who believe in the Torah because they're Jewish, and stand against who's atheist. Yes, based on my belief, I stand with Father, what do you call him?
Pawlowski.
Arthur, Reamer, anyone, people of the book. It's, they're my people. Even though we have differences, they believe Allah three. I believe God is
They
one.
want you out. They don't want the differences. They want you out of this
That's
country.
what you think.
This
I
is
don't
a
see
Christian
that.
country, according to Arthur Pawlowski, and you don't belong here. So that person who said Muslims don't belong to Canada, you're going to be side by side with him, hugging and holding hands
I'm gonna be kissing.
and protesting. No, seriously. Who's going to be there? Who's going to be? I'm going to be there taking photo with you and Arthur Pawlowski, or maybe his or his
What a
friends.
big success! What a big success! I wish he's out of jail tomorrow. So could he be with us tomorrow? So this would be amazing, man. There's no problem with that.
Okay, well,
There's no problem with this.
Mahmoud, I want to use that. Sorry, this is your. I think you have a right to answer this because this is somebody else's line.
Okay.
Says you fought so hard to convince us that we're going to be safe with the UCP. Okay, congratulations. You won the election by almost, you lost it by 1,500 votes, but that's okay. You are the winners. Congratulations. I'm the winners because I'm a supporter of the conservatives too. So we won. Okay. Now the government is a conservative government. Why are you protesting against who if the government is the same government you elected? Why don't you go to the people who we elected and ask them to do something about the school? So that's my question. Why are you protesting while your government is in place?
Sorry, could you repeat? The protest against the people you voted for school? What is it? Repeat. I understand the government part, but what did you say about the school?
You elected the government that's going to save us, right? Or protect us. True or not?
I didn't say that. I said the government we have, it's a pro-choice government, won't promote it and won't fight it. Will let us choose what we want. So tomorrow, as Albertan, if the majority of the Albertan stand up and request what we request, I'm pretty sure the government will listen to us and will move the stuff out of the education system.
Hold on. Isn't the government now is the conservative government?
It is.
Okay. Isn't that easier to have a dialogue with the government and try to make some changes instead of protesting in a way that's going to provoke more hate against us or with us or against us, more hate against other minority groups?
I'm not sure why you keep saying there's hate against us based on what you're coming with this statistic. You decide because we have some people.
I'm going to tell you one thing, Mahmoud. I know people that I know them personally. They support our cause, which is helping refugees and low-income people and immigrant and Muslims. And they went and rally in downtown Calgary for the Muslims and all the stuff. And they are not LGBTQ. So I want you to even to go there. They are really, literally, I don't want to say angry. They are sad because they say, and I heard this in my own ear from people I know, I'm really sad for those people who I helped and I fought for and they tried to protect their rights are doing exactly what the other people were trying to do to the Muslims. That's how they see it. Wrong, right? It doesn't really matter, but that's exactly how your message resonates with some Calgarian is you are spreading intolerance against other minority group.
Well, that's your job. That should be your role to explain to them what our faces stand from this. What should we worry about as a Muslim parent about our kids? And I'll be honest with you, if a person want to do me a favor just to believe in his ideology and his principles, this is absolutely wrong. We're not standing against anyone. We're standing within arm reach to each and every one. In fact, I was hoping tomorrow the LGBT, I'm not sure why we're arguing. If the LGBT don't have any hidden agenda and stuff, why don't they come and stand with us to protect our kids? What they don't, because since some of them has spare kids, and let their kids have the freedom of choice. Maybe some of their kids want to be straight. They don't want to be in the LGBT community. Why are we arguing? I can't believe we're even having this conversation. Tomorrow, if there's nothing to argue about, these people just should come together and let's say, leave the kids alone. Up to high school, let the kids decide what they want to do when they're high school. When I send my son to learn how to become a doctor, engineer, or so on, professional, I don't want to be confused what his gender is. This is absolutely ridiculous.
We can agree. We can agree on some point here and there and disagree on something. But the whole idea is like this: the government of Alberta now is a conservative government, and you are, and your honorable premier that we both know, She's in power now, and she just formed a government. So now we have a UCP government. The question to you, Mahmoud, did you try to reach out to the government and start this conversation through the elected members, that especially that Muslim representatives now? Thank God we have at least 2 or 3 in this government. Did you try to get the government involved, or you're waiting for tomorrow's response to see if the tide is high? If the tide is high, then the conservative gonna ride the wave.
No, no, I didn't say it this way. Like I said many times, conservatives are freedom of choice. They support it all the time, and this is one of our requests. Do whatever you want to do. Be whatever you want to be. Did I talk to any politician or send a message to ask about what happened? No, absolutely not. In fact, I got some advice from someone who's close to the politician, and indirectly to say, don't do the protest. It's not the right time. I still didn't listen to nobody, because I decided it's time to raise the flag, because either now or ever. So we decide to raise it now. Year coming to an end. This month is so much going on across the country, and in the United States, 478 law anti-LGBT stuff. We don't want to go to that. I'm not here to promote any hate toward anyone, but we need things to be under control. If I cannot promote my agenda and my ideology over someone else, I don't want someone else to promote it over me. We don't have Jewish or Christian going to school having a month or a Pride month or whatever you call it. Neither Muslim. Someone else shouldn't do it. Simple. Up till they're 18 years old, let the kids decide what they want to do.
As I said, we can agree, and that's what I'm trying is you sugarcoat it. See the danger of what you just said is you're taking something really legit concern for families, for parents, and for a lot of Canadians. This is so legit that nobody can argue this is a good. This is a common interest for so many Muslims, for so many Canadians, including Muslims. They feel this way. They feel they're right. They feel their parents. They feel their kids, and all this stuff. But you are taking it, and that where you mix it with politics / belief, and that's what's gonna harm us as a minority, as a Muslims Canadian. That's how I see it. That's how I think.
This point, like, with all respect, Sam, you keep repeating this point. I told you, see it from your side. I see it differently.
Yeah, I see it from my side.
But Anna, I don't understand. Just with all respect, how could we agree? Mr. Trudeau would pay $75,000 to every transgender as an assistance support for his medical bills, and he cannot support my kids to go to university. $75,000. With all respect, why don't he give me $75,000 if I convert?
No. We have the same laws or similar here in Alberta. You have every right if you have issues for hormone, this and that. The government of Alberta will do that for you. He didn't say. Okay. What I'm saying is this is a Canadian issue. Okay,
brother. I feel the same. Is it normal? Tomorrow I want to convert to Christianity. So should I get $75,000?
Do whatever you want to do.
Why taxpayer has to pay bills for someone he doesn't like? I don't know. I'm not sure why like this. There's a lot of questions should deserve an answer here, but I'm not anti all that. By all means, government could do whatever they want with their money. It's not my business. My business is leave my kids alone. There's
leave religion out of the political arena.
Actually, to me, religion is political. So you cannot agree. You're gonna convince me in that part, and I won't be able to.
No, I don't want to convince you, but what I want to remind you.
It's my game. It's my brother. It's my game. I could decide whatever I want to do with my own thing. Do I force another? If tomorrow, let me tell you an example. If I go say tomorrow, people do not pay taxes at the end of the year, could you tell me stop doing it?
Mahmoud, we are proud Muslims Canadian. So no question there.
I'm proud Canadian or not Canadian. I'm proud.
No, I am a proud Muslim myself. I'm proud Canadian myself, and this is I can say this like a day and night. What I'm saying is we have common interest to act in the best faith possible to protect the interests of our community, especially those who outspoken people like me and like you and other people. There's so many people out there, they don't know how to express these ideas. I know there's a lot of families, there's a lot of parents, literally, that they are really shaken up by this. They are so afraid because somebody for the last 45 days bombard them with fear. Your kids, they're going to taught them that you're going to have to stand for the flag and raise and salute the flag and all this stuff. And all this been building up, and you're taking that angry crowd tomorrow to downtown Calgary to vent out, which is perfect. But Mahmoud, that environment could spark hate without control.
Brother,
That's all my concern.
I'll tell you one thing. You'll come in at 10 tomorrow. Nothing will happen. Tomorrow, inshallah, everything goes fine. As I heard, the Conservative Party is going to implement to teach Arabic in most of the public school where there's a big condensation of the Arabic spoken people. Thank God. So I'm pretty sure the Conservative government will be doing this. So here in the Northeast, for some of the parents who worry about their kids learning Arabic, so
play
there'll be
politics
something.
and religion.
No,
Again.
I'm just explaining for you how it is important to me. You keep telling me it's caring and stuff. So you're saying stuff. I have to say, to me, politics is religion. It's part of my religion to be politic. So like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told me in the Quran, our prophet teach me how to use the washroom. So you want me to tell me so I can't deal how with people based on just my own interests, cheat and lie and stuff, tell me this is because...
No, but you can't pick and choose. If you want to bring if you want to bring religion to politics, you can't pick and choose.
Based on a personal level, you could do whatever you want, bro.
Okay, so hold on, because somebody asked me, okay, Sam, so now Mahmoud Murrah want to force this on in the schools, okay, which has every right to protect the interests of the parents, to be informed, to know ahead of time. I think we all agree to that as a people, that the parents need to know this. NDP people say no, they have their own reason. No, we're not going to tell the parents. That's why they lost the election. Good. Perfect and dandy. The question is, Mahmoud, is what's next Mahmoud wants for his religion? Because now you say religion and politics are equal, are the same. What do you want next?
What do I want?
Yes.
I want everybody to fear God in everything he says and he does, and that's just what I care about. And I believe Christian and Muslim and Jewish, if they go back to their book, will be all one.
Okay. What else?
What else? That's you just ask about my religion. About other than my religion, I believe NDPs will never make it again. And we're safe and sound, and I wish we'll get rid of it Trudeau soon.
Okay, Mahmoud, we have to respect your time, and thanks for all the people here. But
you don't want to listen to the question because I can't see the comment of people, man. You're unfair. You're a dictator.
No, go
Let
ahead.
people
No,
have
go
question.
ahead.
Maybe someone has a question for us.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I know. Okay, so a lot of people they might have questions for us, but already we've been almost 2 hours.
It's okay. A few questions you have since you've been like talking by yourself for an hour, and I shared with you for another hour. We still have 10 minutes. Answer some of the questions. Maybe some questions deserve answer.
But I think we achieve at least something that what you're doing is very dangerous, and you're going to be responsible.
Based on your request, it's going to be fun actually.
So, all the hate we're going to see on Monday, it's going to be contributed to our beloved Mahmoud Murrah and his friend Arthur Pawlowski.
I'll be honest, the hate, we will see the same hate when some people went and protest downtown when President Trump won. There's no reason for those people to go protest downtown and here in Calgary. We have nothing. He's not even our president. What did we get out of it? Nothing. So, and the right-wing people, if really were that aggressive, that protest wouldn't make it. So let's stop that fear tactic and that propaganda. And please, man, stop being socialist like the NDP, bro.
I wish you went 2017 to that to that protest in downtown Calgary against Muslims, and I really wished you went there yourself and saw that anger and hate toward anybody Muslim. It was literally a group of people who gathered here in the city of Calgary, spewing hate loudly in the front of the city hall. That I don't want to say fear, that the hate and so it keeps going back to hate, because literally what you saw in the eyes of these people, literally, if they have their way, you will not have a place in Canada to stay and call yourself Canadian Muslim Day, because you're going to be literally shipped. I don't want to say shipped. Who knows what's going to happen to you? Okay. So what I'm trying to say, Mahmoud, is
let's be here.
We're not living in a perfect world. Okay, for every
action, I'll be honest with you, if you're united,
for every action, there's reaction.
Absolutely.
You're provoking issues that can hurt us all.
I'll be honest with you. The people who's running over our back and trying to plant us with hate and stuff toward other people, have you tried to build the bridges with other people? Have tried to communicate with them? Absolutely no. A lot of people make fun of me when I went from here to Olds to support Todd Beasley, because I believe this was unfair, just this decision made by Jason Kenney then to disqualify him, and they pulled stuff out of the rag. I want to clarify one thing for you, because in the back I heard you're talking money other people. The reason I went to Olds, Jason Kenney, when terminated Todd Beasley, the blame came because he made some comment against Islam and Muslim and our Prophet specifically. This is so true. That comment came 2 years before he got disqualified by Jason Kenney. The reason Jason Kenney didn't disqualify him because he made that statement, because he want a young people to run in olds, and he played that trick and he disqualified him. I went there to say, as Muslim, we have nothing to do with it. We're not the one who brought that comment to the surface to disqualify the guy. And if he has issue, he should hold it against the Conservative Party at that time. It wasn't us, which is the leadership, because he wants young blood. And then thing went the other way, and everybody translated. I told the guy, I don't agree with you. I don't support you in that statement. I made it clear when I spoke in the podium then. I didn't even know I had to say something. And I still stand behind my position. When I went there to clarify something, that Muslim has no issue, and they didn't have no clue about that comment till the UCP party brought it to the surface to disqualify a candidate, and they throw an R back. So for you and everyone else, this was my intention. Alhamdulillah, delivered a message. I'm a friend with the guy now. He has different thing about Muslim. The guy is so educated, went to Syria, alhamdulillah. Last time, I believe, last message I got from him, I admire your religion so much. Something to come from a person like Todd Beasley.
Okay, the same guy who is spewing hate against Muslims, now he loves Muslims?
So it happened.
He loves you.
Well,
or he loves you because of
okay, let me tell you one. Let me tell you a hadith. Maybe you don't like the hadith. Sayyidina Muhammad said, خيركم في الجاهلية خيركم في الإسلام. The best of you in the Jahiliyyah time is the best of you in Islam time. So you might be kafir in the word zindiq like Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab, and next day you'll become a Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praise Islam with you. Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he made a dua, Allahumma azz al-Islam bi ahad al-umarain. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala...
I'm just asking you.
So may
Mr.
Allah
Beasley,
you know what? Say Ameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide them all.
So I take it, Mr. Beasley, your friend Beasley, he loves us. He loves Muslim now.
Inshallah. Inshallah, he'll become a Muslim too. I'm making dua for him. He told me he left that open comment in Facebook. He admired my religion, so I like it. So, and regardless of this, I could make dua for everybody to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us hidayah. Don't be cheap with that, bro. Maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide us all.
Honestly, we just want to live in peace, and that's all what we want. We want to live in peace,
buddy,
and we want our right to be protected.
You just said there's no perfect word, man. We're not living in a perfect world. Okay, if you don't struggle and hassle, you don't, buddy, you don't get your right if you don't stand for it. Like Imam Ali said in a basic statement, ما ضاع حق وراءه مطالب. A right will never be lost as long as you're asking for it. What we're asking is our right. We need our kids to be protected. Simple as it is. Leave that, whatever you call it, sexual orientation program out of our kids' school. Simple.
Don't you think this has to be debated, like in the proper channels, in the parties that you belong to? I think the same party that you're so proud of is the same party who promoted the same right to everyone. All what I'm saying, Mahmoud, please listen to me. Just try to open this ear for 1 second. Playing politics and religion, very dangerous, and it's toxic. That's all what I'm trying to say.
You're wrong. Why don't you make, like, you know, I'll be honest with you, based on your opinions, that's what you think, based on mine. Let's agree to disagree. I'm not going to be able to believe it, because to me, I believe religion comes before anything. It's the religions that tells me how to eat, how to drink, how to use washroom, where to go, what to do, tells me how to be with others, how to be politician with others, how to be diplomatic with others. To you, it's a different thing. To me, it's a different thing. I'd love you to answer some of the questions, and people some have some answer. If not, I'll be honest with you. Saturday, you're going to be proud with what we're going to do tomorrow. The only people is going to be upset, Saima and few of her friends. It's okay, man. They'll get used to it. It's no big deal. I understand there's some of the lefty people, which is I attend some of their events. I have no hate toward them. In fact, I love their standing for Palestine. I even attend one of the events was the LGBT home, and was the flag raising there. In fact, Saima took a picture for me underneath that flag. So no big deal. It's okay.
Mahmoud, this is the second time you mentioned Saima, and I don't want to defend Saima. Saima can defend herself, but literally, I think you're literally being absolutely so disrespectful to Saima and her post. And I read what you said about her as a Muslim community to another Muslim community member. I think this is absolutely. I think you're. I don't want to say wrong only, but I think Saima did a lot to the community, and she deserved to be respected, especially if we have
someone take your WhatsApp message and put it in a post. a WhatsApp message. Listen to me. If I take your WhatsApp message, is the one you sent to me, and you put it as a post, and you
are the godfather of taking things out of.
Okay, and I'm the godfather to
don't
say,
go there.
No, let me tell you. Okay, no, I'm a godfather.
Don't go there. You are master of this, so stay away of that. We don't want you to argument.
No, with all respect,
Mahmoud, you do more than that. So
no, I'll do, and I could do more, and that's what I did to her. And like, I'll be honest with you. Let me.
This is not a good argument because Mahmoud, you know what you did.
Let me answer.
But that's not enough reason to attack her because she did something that half of what you did.
So for her to bring people to vote against our Muslim candidate here in our own riding, this is fair for her? And fair for you?
No. What I'm saying is, Mahmoud, you cannot say.
Mahmoud,
you did. Mahmoud, you do. What I'm saying is, you do a lot more what she did. No.
She didn't do nothing, man. She used our venue. She brought LGBT representative, our Muslim Akram Jum'a. Zat I Care failed behind Muslim Dr. Zaidi did it because of her bringing LGBT rep to it. And it failed. And you guys were proudly carrying those flags at Akram Jum'a gym, man. And you were there and you seen him. Come on, man. This is something we should be proud of. Maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you and he'll ask me and we'll have to answer then. The Canadian law won't help us, brother.
Anyway, I think I gotta finish this because the battery is telling me the battery is gonna die.
I know. More battery.
No. Hold on. Yours. I mean, the last statement. I'll give you the last word, and then I'll say mine. Go ahead.
It's okay. Consider it done. I'm good.
Done.
Done.
Thanks. Tomorrow, I'm gonna hold you, Mahmoud. All the damage that's gonna be caused by tomorrow protest is literally. That's under your on your shoulder. So you'll make sure. Inshallah, just make sure to be very vigilant and very alert, and watch out for those unnecessarily slogans that we might hear.
No worries. Just all I want you to come and record as you and be biased like usually you do, and then no worries.
Thank you, Mahmoud. Thanks for everyone watching us tonight, but it was needed to do, and that's something I want to do. Sorry لما حكينا بالعربي, but I think I'm really done for the night. يا شباب, again, allow me to say this a few words in Arabic. أنا برأيي what's going on tomorrow is politically driven. يعني متأثرة سياسة على دين مخلوطة مع بعضها. It's not as it sound. Well, we want to go and protect our kids. أنا برأيي سياسة ودين. وبالسياسة والدين خلط السياسة مع الدين, I think we're all gonna lose, especially نحن الماينورتي, نحن يعني الأقليات. كل واحد حر يساوي اللي بده إياه, كل واحد المظاهرات أو التظاهر حق مطلوب بالقانون, ولكن إذا أنت بكرة رايح بنصحك يعني خليك يعني لا خلي انتبه شو بتحكي, انتبه على so much stuff. يعني everything being مثل بيقولوا يعني under the radar, كل شيء راح يكون يعني ناصح, ما هي يعني فسحة, اوكي؟ فلا تنام بين القبور ولا تشوف منامات وحشية. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.